please know that she knows about the way that you held her one last time, because you said, I can't let my daughter go like this. And you asked to hold her and just be with her body one last time before she was taken from you. Do you understand that?
Drag me away, yeah.
Your mother goes to me this, I can say, she was tough here in this world when I'm connecting with her. And she says to me, Matt, tell my daughter not to stress out because she's so nervous in her mind right now, she thinks that I'm gonna come through and yell at her, she says.
Oh my God.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
And your mother goes to me, listen, she goes, now that I died, she goes, I'm not as stressed out as I was here in this world. She goes, just tell my daughter that.
Oh my God.
And first of all, I gotta tell you that I know that you loved your mom so deeply here in the physical world. But she also shows me that the two of you used to butt heads here in the physical world when she was alive. And she says to me, Matt, that's something that I have to come through and say I'm sorry for. She says, because here in this world, my daughter was under constant criticism from me. She says, I was constantly going and criticizing and criticizing and criticizing. She goes, and my daughter, you don't understand that. She's like a rock. She never showed that this had upset her or hurt her. I didn't realize it until I got to the other side. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Because she tells me that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens in your relationship with one another, your mom is showing me that you always stayed close with her and loved her, even though, especially at the end of her life, you're like, how am I gonna do this? Every time I get close to my mom, I'm the one who ends up getting hurt. Your mom wants to let you know that she is so thankful for everything that you had done for her. She says, but Matt, I had such a hard time giving up control here in this world. That's what she tells me. She says, I didn't want to give up control of my life. She says, and more importantly, your mom tells me in your own life, you've always been very independent. She tells me that you never needed her. She says, and that was the hardest thing that she says I dealt with as a mom, Matt. She says, I felt like I had to criticize her because that's how I showed my love. But I realized I was wrong now, and she's bringing that up. She's also telling me there's a child that's there that passed as well. It's okay. Was that your child that passed?
My granddaughter?
Okay. So please know that that soul is there on the other side, because she said, Matt, tell my daughter and my family not to worry about anything. Please know that that little girl is there and with her. But she was just small when she passed here in the physical world. Was she even a year old?
She was 2 months.
Okay. Because when I'm connecting with her, she showed me this little baby that was here. And you know what's so tough? When I'm connecting with your mother, she's given this little baby the voice to speak. And she says to me, Matt, she was born with problems. She was born with issues here in the physical world. So here's what's tough. When I'm connecting with her, okay, do you know, was there something that lay dormant in her? Like, was there like a ticking time bomb here in the physical?
In the baby?
Yes.
We don't know. They said she died from acute pneumonia.
Okay.
But it was sudden, and we just woke up and she wasn't breathing.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've learned after all of these years of doing what I do, right, that sometimes when it comes to someone's passing, you can say one thing on the death certificate or be ruled something, but it means something else. And the moment that I'm connecting with her soul, right, your mother is showing me all different things, like statistics and things like that. And when I'm connecting with her, she's showing me that your daughter was having issues getting bigger or developing here in the physical. Is that true? Meaning that she wasn't putting on weight or she wasn't getting bigger the way that she was supposed to. Is that 100% true? Yeah. Can you take that microphone?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Because listen, as a medium, I don't just take their word for, okay, yeah, you're telling me this. I always ask the other side, well, give me some facts. Tell me this. And she just showed me about this baby not being able to get larger. There was issues with that. And there was also an issue with your daughter being able to eat here in the physical world.
When
because
she
I see
was
that.
first born, she was struggling to eat. That's why she stayed at the hospital a little longer than normal.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Because what I'm connecting, and I'm speaking to your grandmother here, this is her way of telling you that there was no way, unfortunately, that you could have been aware that your daughter was going to pass. And you need to know that. Because she tells me that you've been struggling every single day, saying, oh my God, how did this happen? What happened? So know that one of the things is that your daughter's coming through and acknowledging is this. She's saying to me, Matt, she says, because souls on the other side, even though they're so young, can still speak. And she just said to me, Matt, you need to tell my mom that she was the best mother that she could have been to me here in this world. But it was really tough Because at the time that you had lost your daughter, right, and at the time that you were being her mom, she also tells me you were going through a relationship struggle at the time as well with her dad. And she tells me that you blame yourself every single day because your head was all in that relationship 24/7. And you keep saying, oh my God, was it me? Did I do something? Did I miss something because I was dealing with this? Do you understand that?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
She says to me that ends today. She wants the pain to end today. Because I'm going to be honest with you right now. Your daughter is a special angel that's here that's watching over you from the other side. And I can tell you that if she had pneumonia or she had something that could have been fixed here in this world, you would have known about it and you would have done what you had to do. Because she shows me that.
I always said that. I knew there was nothing wrong with her when she passed.
Listen,
would have known.
that's what's so tough, right? Mm-hmm. That's what's so tough is that here in this world, sometimes we don't get answers. I'm going to tell you that right now. A couple weeks ago, my father-in-law unfortunately passed away, Alexa's stepfather. And nobody knew what he had. I knew what he had because I was psychic, right? But nobody else knew. And it was crazy because I was like, I can't wait to see that death certificate to see what they write on this. And when they gave me the death certificate, how they said he had died, they said that he died of heart failure, right? And I'm like, everybody dies of heart failure. Like, that's not actually how he had passed, right? And it was crazy because what was written on the death certificate was not actually the way that he died. But sometimes that happens. But what is so tough is that that's been weighing on your heart every single day. And this is your grandmother's way of letting you know that not only is your child there, she's there with your grandmother and always watching over you. What's also interesting is she just said to me when I'm connecting with her, that you have things from the day that she was born here in this world. Like I just saw your hospital bands and things that you kept from that day. And I don't know if it was what she had on, if that was her hospital bands as well, but she's bringing that through, letting you know that all these things that my mom kept of mine, I see. And she also tells me, were you making a shadow box or trying to make something from that?
Yeah.
Know that she sees that. And what's so beautiful is that as hard as it was for you to lay that daughter to rest, please know that she knows about the way that you held her one last time. Because you said, I can't let my daughter go like this. And you asked to hold her and just be with her body one last time before she was taken from you. Do you understand that?
Drag me away, yeah. Yep.
So please know that your daughter says to me this, I felt your love from the moment I was born to the moment that I left this world. And that's all I needed. She also was telling me one last thing I got to tell you. Thank you for keeping the blanket. Thank you for keeping the blanket. So know it's her way of acknowledging that blanket that you have will always have her energy on it, right? And it's always a piece of her. So know that as hard as it was for you to go through this, you went through something that nobody should have to go through here in this world. And I know it's been hard for you because she keeps telling me, my mom, it's been a struggle for every day. She doesn't want to celebrate Christmas. She doesn't want to celebrate holidays. She doesn't want to do things. And she even tells me it's so hard to even think about birthdays or anything because you lost your daughter. Mm-hmm. But please know that this is her way of letting you know that this is not a final goodbye. One day, you will see your daughter again. She is on the other side. She is with you. And that this is her way of letting you know that even though you don't sense and feel her all the time, it doesn't mean that she's dead. It just means that she's different.